Okay. So thank you for coming back from the break. How
Uh,
are you feeling now? Do you think we can, you're feeling like, having the energy to go on for the next session?
yeah, I was just on a phone call with my friend, and I said it was really helping me out just talking to someone else. So I'm really interested on taking this further.
Thank you. That sounds like you are feeling a lot better. And I'm happy to hear that you want to take this to the next session. And I'm going to start with a breathing technique.
Okay.
This is just to help with um, the strong energy that you're feeling at the moment from the breakup. And this will help us to be present and to be mindful. So we're going to get started. So if you can, for this one, you don't have to close your eyes. You can choose to either close or open your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to get started. So just follow my prompts.
Sounds good.
Okay. So inhale through the nose until the tummy expands. So start with taking a deep breath and then inhale through the nose until the tummy expands. Okay, so we're going to do this together. So you take a deep breath and we inhale through the nose until you feel that your tummy has expanding. And then you slowly let the breath out through the mouth. So remember to let it out through your mouth. And once you've settled into the pattern of breathing and inhaling through the nose and letting the breath out through the mouth, and then you focus on the breath coming in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, and now we take another breath. And notice the rise and fall of the tummy as the breath's coming in and out. And as we're doing this, notice the thoughts that are coming into your head. And notice what they are. Notice the thoughts that are there. We're not judging them. We're just letting them stay. And then we let these thoughts go and bring the attention back to our breathing. So we take another breath now. And then we carry on until we feel calm. And then we start again to be aware of how the body and the mind feel. How are you feeling now after this breathing technique?
Sort of relaxed a little bit.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that. Because not everybody find the breathing technique helpful, but I just wanted to include it because, we're looking at a very challenging situation that you're going through right now. And moving forward in the future, if you ever feel that, it's just too much, it's getting too much, feel free to use this breathing technique just to kind of let your mind settle. And you watch your thoughts as they occur and you let them stay without judgment. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Josh. And I also wanted to ask, how has your sleep been lately?
Uh, Lately, I would say it hasn't been the best. I would be in bed for multiple hours in the day, but I don't really get any sleep because I am in my head a lot of the time. I just have all these thoughts running through and it's making me restless.
So you're falling, so you're falling into sleep really late, right? Because of these thoughts that are coming to you as you're trying to get settled in the bed and trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even me just sleeping, it's just me just in bed the whole
Mhm.
time.
So are you waking up feeling refreshed, or are you waking up feeling just as tired and you just still overwhelmed?
Definitely just as tired and overwhelmed.
Mhm. And do you think like I just want to ask, are you able to are you able to sleep without any interruptions, or are you waking up in the middle of your sleep?
Definitely just waking up in the middle of my sleep.
Mhm. Mhm. I'm so sorry to hear that. So it looks like this breakup has been so it has been so big and it has been so traumatizing that it's affecting your sleep, it's affecting your ability to maintain your employment, it is significantly impacting how you function, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we will be looking at accepting and committing to changes, which is basically the focus of ACT. So we're not looking at changing your feelings or your thoughts. We're basically looking at how we can accept and commit to changes. So you don't let this affect you that much. And we look at ways to we will look at finding a way so you can still function and you can sleep well and you can focus, although these thoughts will come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, how are you feeling about that? Is that okay? Because I don't want to push you too much.
It definitely sounds okay. I needed to reset my whole mentality over everything and just try and get the help that I deserve.
Absolutely. And you deserve the best. And you know this, and that's why you are at the therapy today. The next concept I was going to introduce is being present and being mindful. And in the ACT therapy, it is understood as the practice of being aware of the present moment without judgment of the experience that you've had. And which is why we did that breathing technique, because it helped us with being present and being mindful. In other words, being present involves experiencing what is happening without trying to predict or change the experience. So definitely not going to change the experience or the thoughts that comes to you or the feelings that you feel, but we're gonna just like not judge these thoughts and experiences that you had. And this is why we are going to do this activity.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to it.
Thanks. So basically, I meant we're going to look into this is why we're going to look into the acceptance and commitment therapy. So the acceptance and commitment therapy is not all that different from other behavioral based therapies, but it just emphasizes acceptance instead of avoidance. And in that way, it differs from many other forms of therapy. And this departure from the most mainstream treatment can be traced back to the backgrounds of acceptance and commitment therapy's founder, Stephen C. Hayes. Um, so we're going to take it very slow, one thing at a time. So you've been mentioning to me that um, this breakup has been really affecting your life and how you function. So I just wanted to ask, like, if you can describe a day from your life, just how yesterday went.
Yesterday, nothing eventful went on. I was just at home. My friend came to see me just to check up on me, how I was feeling. Uh, we ordered some takeout, and then I just uh, talked about how I was feeling with my friend. Um, that's basically what happened yesterday, but an average day with just me staying at home and just ordering some food and just watching a movie by myself or watching some videos just to try and take my mind off everything.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's basically been just you um, ordering food and watching movies, and also, I guess, yesterday you were able to spend some time with your friend.
Hmm.
And I don't want to look down or, act as if these things are not useful. It actually sounds to me that you were doing a lot of self-care at this time. Like you're eating your favorite food, and you're watching movies, you're trying to take your mind off the breakup. And you also went out to have lunch with your friend yesterday. So it sounds like you're doing all the right things right now. And you also came to the therapy today. So I think I'm really proud of you for looking after yourself at this time.
Uh, Thank you. It's nice to hear that from you.
Absolutely. And I don't want you to think that you're not getting anything done, because right now the most important thing is to focus on yourself. And are you finding that other than this self-care activities that you're doing, like are you finding that you're having challenges with focusing or concentrating on a task?
You could definitely say that just because, uh, as you know, I was recently just fired and I haven't
Mm.
been actively trying to find work at all. And I definitely just need the money to sustain myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just don't think, like, this lifestyle that you have right now of like doing self-care is sustainable in the long run unless you had a good savings. Or I just think in the long run, it'll be sustainable if you can look into, maybe part-time employment and then switching to full-time employment, or because I don't think we can go on for too long without having the money, right?
Mhm.
And this is why I was asking this question, because not being able to focus or concentrate can affect your ability of maintaining your job in the future. And it looks like you've kind of come to that realization yourself.
Mhm.
Um, so um, so are you? I know you're feeling the loss of this social support from your employment because you had made some friends at work.
Uh,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, okay. So this is like this loss of community and loss of job, and at the same time loss of an intimate relationship. So it is a lot that you're going through. And as I had mentioned, that we will be using the acceptance and commitment therapy, which is based on acceptance and commitment to change. And acceptance is an alternative to our instinct to avoid thinking about the negative or potentially negative experiences. So I want you to know that just because you've lost a job, that does not mean, like, I want to avoid that. Like, I want to stop that feeling that you will be failing future employment because of what happened in this past employment. And this is where the acceptance and commitment therapy is really important, because it is the active choice to allow an unpleasant experience to exist. So we're gonna let this unpleasant breakup and unpleasant job experience to exist, and without trying to deny or to change them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. And I don't want you to feel that, you're going to be, your performance will be just as poor in the future. And I think by coming to therapy, you can really change that thought or this heavy feelings that you're feeling right now. Because acceptance is not a goal of the ACT therapy, but it's a method of encouraging actions that will lead to positive results.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
And
sounds
how are
good
you
so
feeling?
far.
Yeah. Are you feeling a little bit better right now?
I could say I feel like I'm kind of moving in the right direction.
Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that. So, what would help you with finding motivation? Like I'm talking about, like what would help you to find some motivation to look for employment, because this was a really bad experience with the past employment past employer when they fired you. So what could help you with finding the motivation to look for newer opportunities with finding a job?
Just being able to remove these feelings of hopelessness.
Okay. And I think that is actually the state of like this state of hopelessness is the most common form of depression, when people don't feel any hope for the future, and that's what causes depression. And I really want to work on these feelings. I just wanted to ask, are you using any alcohol or drugs at the moment?
Uh, I would say I drink daily to try and
Oh,
cope.
okay. And I don't think that's very sustainable for the future. Are you drinking because of like the bad experiences that have happened like in the past?
Yeah, I'm basically drinking to forget.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And normally, how much you would drink before the breakup?
Not too often. I would say maybe like once a month or something like that.
And now, I guess you're drinking daily just to escape from that feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you don't have to answer this question, but I just wanted to ask, how is the relationship with your parents?
Uh, they're there, but I don't really have a strong relationship with them.
Okay. Okay. And it sounds like, although you're not sharing everything with your parents and they're kind of there, but they're not really, like, you don't really talk to them that often, but it sounds like you have a really good friend who has encouraged you to this therapy, and then you've been spending some time with this friend. Um, so describe to me, how supported you feel from your social support, including your family and friends. So on a scale of 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how would you rate having social support?
Uh, I guess my friend he's present.
Mhm.
So I would say it's a good 7 out of 10.
Okay, that is really good to hear. So it looks like, although maybe not a lot of support from your parents, but you have a really good friend, and and by coming to this therapy, you will also have some support from me. Um, okay, so and I'm happy to the progress that we're making so far. How are you feeling about it?
It's definitely nice to air out my feelings with you,
Mhm,
having additional support
mhm.
and to see a fresh perspective on my problem.
Great. And I think this has been going really great. And I think it's time for another break now. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Okay.